Welcome to Real Judaism with Rabbi Klapper. Unfiltered wisdom for Jewish life.
Okay, welcome back, everybody. Parshas Yisro. Parshas Yisro has probably the greatest event in the history of the world. Kabalas HaTorah. Klal Yisro accepts the Torah. HaKadosh Baruch Hu reveals himself to the entire nation. This is the root of our emunah, that the entire nation, Klal Yisrael, both those that were alive and those who would yet to be alive, all the neshamos came to Har Sinai to see the Rabbanu Shalom, to accept the Torah. It's an amazing event, the greatest event of all time. Now, there's an amazing Rashi over here. Really, the Pasuk says it almost straight out, but Rashi explains. Pasuk says in the very beginning, the introduction to Kabalas HaTorah in Perek Yutes Pasuk Gimel, it says, Moshe went up to Hashem. Hashem called him from the mountain, from Har Sinai, saying, This is what you should say to Beis Yaakov and to Bnei Yisrael. What is this? What are the two things? There's Beis Yaakov, the house of Yaakov, and to Bnei Yisrael. Who is Beis Yaakov and who is Bnei Yisrael? So Rashi here says, Beis Yaakov is the women. That's why we call the schools, girls' schools, Beis Yaakov, because the Torah refers to the women as the home of the house of Yaakov, and Bnei Yisrael are the men. So I'd like to share with you something that I said over this past year on Shavuos, in a women's shir that I gave on Leil Shavuos. And it's something that I think is very important to understand. That you have men, they go to shul on Leil Shavuos and they stay up all night and they feel connected. You know, it's an effort that men put into not all men, but most men, certainly the younger ones, put in a big effort to stay up all night, to learn all night. This shows our chavivas, how much we love the Torah. And what do the women do? Our women feel connected to the Chag HaShavuos, to the holiday of accepting the Torah. Cheesecake, of course, everybody needs to have cheesecake, and there's a lot of minhagim, and it's a beautiful thing, but I think out there that there are a lot of women who feel like, the Torah is for the men, and we get cheesecake. I mean, that's a very sad thing that somebody should feel that way, because the Torah is for everybody. The Torah is for every single Jewish neshama. That means the men, and means the women. It means all of us. So nobody should feel like, the Torah is only for the men and not for the women. Now, what does it mean that that the men go to learn and stay up all night? Well, there's some women that do it also, but it's not generally the minhag that this is what all women do. So I explained in this shir that from this pasuk you see a very, very important foundation, fundamental of the Jewish people and our connection to the Torah. The pasuk says that Hashem told Moshe, I want you to call out to Beis Yaakov and then to Bnei Yisrael. He went to the women first. Before going to the men, go to the women first. Why are we going to the women first? Dafka, specifically to go to the women first. So this is the idea that I spoke out then. The idea is that HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants that the Torah should be here in this world. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is giving us the Torah so that we can have the Torah in this world. That's the point. The point isn't that the Torah should be up in Shamayim. The malachim said, why are you giving the Torah to the Jewish people? Leave the Torah up here in Shamayim for us. The Jewish people won't be able to keep the Torah. They had a tiny to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. The Jewish people are not going to be able to keep the Torah. They're going to do Averis. Leave the Torah here in Shamayim. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the Medrash says, HaKadosh Baruch Hu said to Moshe, Moshe, answer them. So Moshe said to them, let me ask you a question. Do you have parents? Do you ask the malachim Yisharitz, do you have parents? How are you going to be mekayim the mitzvah of kaved es avicha ve'esimecha? Do you eat? How are you going to be mekayim all the mitzvahs that are related to food, like the foods that are aser to eat, and the foods that you're chayav to eat, like matzah and Pesach? How are you going to be mekayim all of these mitzvahs, malachim? The Torah belongs here on earth for the human beings who are going to be able to bring the Torah to life. And this is what HaKadosh Baruch Hu told Moshe to say to the women. The women are the ones who are bringing the Torah to life. They are the ones who are building the homes, building the foundations of Klal Yisrael, building every single Jewish neshama. And they're the ones who have to put this Torah into their homes. And we need to go to the women first, because that is the ultimate place where the Torah needs to get to. That is the goal. We need to bring the Torah to earth. We need to be makadosh our homes. We need to build our homes to be places that are mali kedusha, that the holiness is permeating our homes. That is the domain of the woman. She is the one who makes the home that way. So she has to be the one to accept the Torah first. She has to be the one to bring the Torah into her home. Yes, HaKadosh Baruch Hu sends it through her husband. The husband is the channel that brings the kedusha towards his home, but ultimately, the woman is the one who accepts it and builds it into her home. If there's no acceptance by the women, if the women are not interested, then there's no place for the Torah to settle. There's no place for the Torah to be. And therefore, HaKadosh Baruch Hu had to turn to the women first and say, you need to accept the Torah first. We need to know that the ultimate purpose of the Torah is going to be fulfilled. We need to know we're relying on you. A little boy, when he's just learning how to talk, who's the one who's putting him to bed at night? Yes, it's true. Every once in a while, the Abba will be there, the Tati, the Daddy. Of course, he's supposed to be involved. But on a day-to-day basis, it's the mama. It's the mommy. The mommy is the one who puts that emunah into our children. She's the one who's there at night to tell stories about tzaddikim, and to tell stories about kedusha, and about raising ourselves to be great people and setting the tone in the home. Yes, the husband has a tremendous role in setting the tone in the home. The truth of the matter is that's the ikar point also here. The husband might set the tone, but the woman is the one who makes it real. She's the one who takes that direction from her husband and makes it into something, makes it real. And that's what we need. We need to have a Kabalas of Torah from the women. We need the women to say, we want the Torah. And if the women want the Torah, then HaKadosh Baruch Hu knows that there is going to be a place for the Torah in this world. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, in the following Parshas, says, I want to make a home. B'shachanti b'soch Bnei Yisrael. I want to make a home. So we created a mishkan, and we're still davening every day. We want to have a Beis Yaakov. We want HaKadosh Baruch Hu to be in our homes. HaKadosh Baruch Hu says to the women, you're the ones who make the home. I want to be in your home. I want to come to your home. Make that home a Torah home. Make that home a home that's full of kedusha and Torah. Make that home that's full of Torah and Avodas Hashem. It's up to you. Are you accepting? If you accept, I'm ready to give. Klal Yisrael will take it. And that's why it's with Taged Bnei Yisrael. If you're ready to take it, don't worry. Kaf aleim har gigis. I'm going to make the men take it too. The men are going to have to take it. If you're ready to take it, then we're going to give it. And you see that the women over the generations were moiser nefesh again and again and again to bring more kedusha into their homes, whether it be in Siberia and communist Russia, or whether it be in any other of the other goluses that we've been in. It's always who've been the women who've been the strong backbone of the home. That's when we brought the Gula. That's what happened in Mitzrayim as well. It's b'schus noshim tzidkonius. It's in the schus of those righteous women that Klal Yisrael went out of Mitzrayim, because they're showing they want it. They really want the Torah. They really want that ruchnius. And you see it right over here. Be'ez Hashem, we should all be zeicha to build our homes full of kedusha and Torah.
Thank you for joining Real Judaism, where we explore Torah's wisdom for real life. Created by J Foundations and produced by Eli Podcast Productions. Find more episodes at realjudaism.org and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts.